Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me today. This is the Spicy Pecan Podcast.
Have you ever had a dream that you could do so you could.
So this episode is going to be a bonus episode. We're going to release it along with episode 1. So it's just going to be tips in getting through the quarantine with all the things that we're kind of experiencing together. Oh my goodness, you actually came back. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Lordy, Lord, I had to take a drive. I had to get out of the house. Question for you guys. And I was trying to do some research about this. Air filters in cars, does that fight against the coronavirus? None of the websites that I looked up could actually say whether or not. I just recently got an oil change, so I'm hoping that did a little something. But I did kind of keep my mask on and off because it was a little bit of a longer drive, but I definitely needed it. But y'all are acting up out there. What is going on, people? We are on lockdown, and I can't tell you how many people I saw congregating in groups of 2, 3, 4 construction workers. I saw corralled near a bush. I don't know what they were discussing, but nobody had not near a mask on. I saw 2 cops talking to each other in front of their vehicles. No mask, no nothing. If one of them was trying to be froggy, he could have definitely kissed the other guy. Just, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why aren't more people wearing masks? I've been stuck in the house for so long that I just assumed, but if they're saying that you could get it and a mask could prevent it, why not just wear one? I'm lost, but I hope everyone is being safe. I hope for the most part, most of us are staying in the house, but as we are, the streets are talking. My goodness, we have been busy. They're saying people are having issues sleeping. People are at each other's neck in the house, God forbid. A lot going on. Obviously, anxiety and depression being exacerbated by being in the house for longer periods of time. We're not used to this level of being cooped up. The more and more we look at this situation, if we want to look at it in a bigger picture, kind of touched on this in the last podcast, this is really giving us an opportunity to get your house in order. And I'm not just talking about cleaning. Clearly, you shouldn't have one junk drawer after the quarantine. You should be so ready for life. All of the clothes that you're going to donate and all of that should be done by quarantine. But aside from that, it's making us look at our health. It's making us look at our relationships. It's making us look at our finances. And it is making us look at ourselves. I mean, clearly the first, health. Me personally, I'm going to keep it very real with you. I have always played that little game, teeter-tottering on that line with health insurance. I'll get it this year, not get it next year. I feel fine. I'm young. I don't have any kids, so I don't got anyone to worry about mandatory appointments. I just stay on top of my STD testing, baby, and I should be good. No, I definitely will not be playing that game again. But I know a lot of us have. So great opportunity to not just fret about everything, but really take some control back. And unfortunately, this is a political topic, but guys, should health insurance be tied to your job? Look how many people are out there making sure that we're safe, making sure that we have deliveries, making sure that your grandma's good in the nursing home, a lot of things. And these people, Walmart's still open, customer service people, these people don't have good health insurance. They are risking their lives. Why is health insurance not just a basic human right? Just food for thought, I'll get off my soapbox. But just remember the people who are out there right now, risking their lives, making sure that you're good so that if you need to buy groceries or whatever, that it's there for you. They don't have great health insurance. Some of them probably don't have health insurance. And it's really, really sad. It's really sad. Think about you and your family. We're so much more tied together than we want to believe. But off my soapbox, I'm off it. Progress alert. I have the blanket down for the table. I have the sanding paper in place. I am so prepped and ready to get this dining room table done. And hopefully you guys can give me some suggestions on actually what to stain it. It's been a hell of a time just getting this whole thing together, but I am taking the experts' advice. They are advising us to focus on the things that we can control. So what can you control? Yourself. So get up, get dressed. We do not want to walk around in sweats for 7 days a week. 3 days, okay. But a couple of days a week, you should definitely be getting dressed. Get into a regular routine. And that's another reason why people are having issues sleeping. You're breaking your routine, staying up until 3, 4 in the morning. No bueno. No bueno. You want to still create a sense of normalcy. Even though we're adults, we're still big kids. Just like the kids need to go to sleep at specific times, and that's how they operate. That's how they feel safe. That's how they feel. We are the exact same. We haven't changed. We have not changed. We need that structure to feel okay. It's like when you walk into your room and your blanket is here and the pillow is there and you got socks on the floor and this and that. If you're anything like me, that is chaotic as hell. And I want to scream. I'll walk through it a bunch of times and not say anything, especially if I'm being lazy. But it is a total difference than walking into that same room. The bed is made, laundry's been done, everything's put away. You feel so much better. It's the same thing in creating those routines. You just want to give yourself some structure. I have been working out. I never work out. I am what's called skinny fat, okay? I'm thin, I fit into things good and all that, but as soon as I sit down, you got flubber or chichos or whatever you want to call them, because I don't work out. I don't. I'm thin, but there's not a whole bunch of muscle mass here. So I've been working on my muscle mass because you know what? Why not? I'm trying to be toned and cute. I was thinking about getting a couple of tattoos and things like that. So listen, I'm an Aquarius, so I'm always. But anywho, working out. Another really big thing to keep the stress down. If you don't work out and you don't, listen, not everybody's going to be climbing mountains, like I said. Do more than what you did yesterday. That's it. That's it. Don't start getting on YouTube and finding the most advanced video. These people will have you break a leg. I was looking at a couple of videos yesterday because I'm trying to get my gluteus maximus up. You know, I ain't got a lot of junk in the trunk, and I'm single. I'm definitely ready to mingle, so we getting that all together so that I could be twerking in the club with my bubble suit. I'm ready. So yeah, routines. Keep them up. Create them if you don't have them right now. And get away from the damn news. Stop watching the news. And don't go to sleep with the news. The news is terrible, guys. The news is terrible. It's good, in the morning or in the evening if you're just getting those, weather. You're getting the highlights and that type of thing. But if you keep that news cycle on, realize that your mind, your subconscious, especially if you're going to sleep to the news, which people do actually do, your subconscious is so powerful. Of course, you arguing with everybody in the damn house. You're all anxiety ridden because you got all kinds of mess in there. Don't do that to yourself. Happy thoughts. This is not all doom and gloom. You're breathing right now, right? All right, then. Then look cute. Make sure you're getting dressed. Make sure, I would even say do makeup. Make the kids get dressed. Well, that might be a little bit too much, especially if you guys got 2, 3, and 4 of them. I know it is a hell of a, I've seen it. I've never clearly had to do it, but for yourself, put that business suit on. Dress like you would normally if you were going to work. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to put that structure back in. Tell me if that's working or not. I know it has for me. I can definitely see a change as to when I'm getting dressed and when I'm not. Something that small, getting up, taking a shower, morning coffee, and just staying on those routines makes me feel like I'm actually being, successful. I'm actually getting things done. I even set little reminders for myself. I'm going to read this book at 2. I'm going to, read a couple of chapters. Create those, especially if you are not working at all and you're not expected to work from home. Right now, looking for a job, you're laid off, what are you going to do? You going to be doing interviews right now? No. Use this time. But it's a fun time. I've been actually finding some really, really cool things. And, when you do get back to the TV and when you do get back to your iPhones and stuff like that, I have some suggestions on what I have been watching and what, I think everybody would definitely benefit from. First one, Eddie Murphy Raw. If you have never seen that stand-up special, I don't care what your background is. Watch it. It is one of the most funniest pieces of anything you will ever see. Trust me. Just make sure you don't watch it with the kids because he is crazy as hell. Ellen DeGeneres, The Beginning. That is one of my favorite stand-up specials. She is so good. She's one of those people, she can make you laugh about a damn paperclip. She can make dust funny. She just an everyday thing. She's just hilarious. It's very good family fun. You can watch it with the kids and stuff like that. She has this whole conversation with God, and it's hilarious. So definitely check that out. And guys, did you guys hear that Erykah Badu was doing $2 concerts? Why is it, first of all, yes, Queen Mother, yes, I am all for it. Absolutely. You can have my $2. Why is everybody giving her a hard time about this? $2? $2. Guys, the big bag of Doritos is more than $2. Come on. You talking about full bands, people taking out their time and things like $2? Come on now. And people were actually writing articles, and I don't know how you guys deal with the celebrity gossip. If you don't want to be, if you're not trying to laugh, but you want to be enlightened, my suggestion is Red Table Talk. Listen, I know a lot of people talk shit about that show. I don't know why. People just are so negative. That show has some really, really good content. Really nice little nuggets, things that you would have never thought about. And I feel like they are definitely trying to incorporate as many voices as they can in educating people. I love it. I think it's all good. I am here for it. Red Table Talk on Facebook. Check it out. Oprah Super Soul Sunday. No, it's Oprah Super Soul Conversations. So good. I told you guys I love documentaries. I love biographies and learning about people and how we think and how we make actions, how we come to our actions. Oprah, speaks for herself, but these Super Soul Conversations really get deep with authors and thought provokers, people who would do a TED Talk or, people who will help you expand the way that you think. And I love that because why not? Why not? That is what we're here to do, right? What else we got? YouTube, The Secret. If you have not seen The Secret, you're welcome, first of all. I'm telling you to watch it now. I think the YouTube version it's Rhonda Barnes, The Secret, and it is free on YouTube. I did check last night just to, verify, just double check. It more than likely it'll be if you have Xfinity or Comcast or, the big carriers, Netflix, it's probably on there as well. But you can definitely get it for free on YouTube. If you have not seen it, it will change your life. If you have seen it, it is a nice refresher during this time, guys. If you've seen it, you know what's up. Watch it again because we need to remind ourselves of the things that are innately in us, our abilities, and we don't gotta stress. We do not have to stress. We choose to stress. If it's not in your control, what you gonna do? So watch The Secret. It is amazing. I don't even know how I would even describe it to you. It's basically about the laws of attraction, but so much more than that. So definitely recommend that. If you want to see an intense movie, Blood In, Blood Out. It's like the Latinos' Godfather. It is one of the best movies in the world. I don't even know how to... This movie is my childhood, okay? Vatos Locos forever. Forever and ever, carnal. It is amazing, okay? It's probably about 3 hours long. But if you like those gangster, thug, gang rivalry, prison, it's all in there for you. It is an amazing movie. So definitely check that out. And now that we're here, looks like a good time for a commercial break. This evening on Pecan News. Milton Bradley's Monopoly set to create a quarantine card where you won't have to pay for rent if you land on someone's property. Scientists are predicting there will be a baby boom in 9 months, so in 2033, we may witness the rise of the quarantines. The Olympics will officially unlink the colored rings of their logo to promote social distancing. And a look at the increase of Jehovah's Witnesses as they were finally able to catch people while home. All this on Pecan News. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Speaking of fake news, it is definitely something that I want to talk about because it is a very, very real thing. If you haven't been paying attention at all, we have a lot of people in power that lie and lie and lie. But it's worse than it was in the past, it seems, because it's incessant. It never stops. You have nothing that you can really cling on to. And I know that it's creating a lot of anxieties in us just because there's a lot of bull crap out there. A lot of stuff that is not true. No, lemon juice does not cure coronavirus. Neither does singeing your nose hairs with a blow dryer. But people believe it, and it's risking, you're risking your life. You could potentially be risking your life, someone else's, because you are misinformed. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I want to have this podcast, and one of the biggest things that I think we should be talking about right now. So one of the things that I do when I am looking at the news, reading articles, coming across any type of information, fact check. There is nothing more infuriating than having a conversation with someone who is badgering you with all of these conspiracy theories and all of these ideas that have been proven inaccurate or are just crazy as hell. Like the 5G, and I'm not even going to get into it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of conspiracy theories about the coronavirus. It is what it is. In your everyday life, how does it matter to you? That's what we need to be focusing on. But more importantly, as you are coming across these stories, please check. Two of the sites that I use Snopes, snopes.com, factcheck.org, and obviously you want to look at sources as well. So if for some reason someone does post a video, check their comment. Look at their credibility. Are they talking about a coronavirus conspiracy theory in one and jumping off their grandmom's roof with shorts on into the pool in the next video? Okay. Is that who you want to be basing on what you're doing when you leave the house and how you are making decisions during this time? The dude that jumped off his grandmom's house into the pool with the okay. You get it. What's really, really funny? In so many of the, on these little archives where you can actually, look up different things and it disproves a lot of the things that go viral that are inaccurate. Trump literally has his own little tab on it, which is crazy. Do you know that there's a documentary out there? It was put on by, I believe, HBO. If anybody knows it, feel free to tag it in the comments. A whole documentary just on the amount of lies he's told. Does every politician lie? Yeah, everybody lies. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody lies. But when I lie to my partner and say, "Oh, babe, you look great," there's nobody that might die. That's the difference. That's why you have to take these things seriously. Funny story that has been going viral where they were saying this lady was using hand sanitizer and then she turned to cook. She put hand sanitizer on her hands and her forearms. And she turned to cook and caught on flames. And this was an actual story that, not true, but a story that was floating on social media and all over and went viral. So people actually believe these things. Now, then that makes people, oh, should I put on the hand sanitizer? Y'all have been drinking liquor and smoking Newports in combo for years. Stop. Common sense with some of this stuff, okay? No, that was not a true story. The hand sanitizer and that type of that it absorbs so quickly, it's not going to set you on fire like that. So just let's not always jump to the panic. But that was funny as hell, I'm not gonna lie. So in continuing to give tips as we're trying to survive in the house, struggling, we're fighting with each other, we're sleep deprived, we're having all these issues. I did go on SpicyPecanPodcast and there was some expert advice on what we can do about, our sleeping issues. We kind of went over some of it. Physical activity, super, super good. Keeping yourself in a routine, super, super good. Did you know that the process of So for example, when you take a hot shower and then you go into your cool bed, that process of your body being heated and then cooling off actually creates melatonin. Did you know that? So that's actually a really good tip. Hot shower. Make sure your bedroom is nice and cool. For me, I sometimes have little issues with that, and I know that it definitely affects my sleep. I'm anemic, so my apartment is usually temperature on hell. It feels like Jamaica up in here, I'm telling you. But I've been getting a lot better about that just because it definitely affects my sleep. There have been plenty of times where I've woken up and I am sweating, but then I'm cold. It's a very weird thing, but that will definitely help you sleep. I know that there are like cooling foam mattresses and things like that they were talking about. But in the meantime, keep on that routine. And a part of that routine is that real nice hot shower. If you fighting with your boo, bring them along in the shower with you. And then y'all cool off. Or y'all can heat up and cool off in the bed. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? The quarantines, 9 months is happening. Okay. So what else we got here? I want to talk about couples fighting in the house. And I want to give y'all some tips just because I'm not dealing with this situation myself. Violin, littlest violin. Actually, I'm grateful for that, especially during this time. I can't imagine being in a new relationship and dealing with a quarantine situation. But that's not to stop y'all from hollering at me. I mean, charm. So why y'all fighting in the house? I was reading an article, and this article was so funny. It was in the New York Times. They were talking about roommates and couples quarantining together. This woman had her husband up to here, okay? She literally said he was typing too loud. That's how you know somebody's really getting on your damn nerves. Typing too loud. Typing. So I have a couple of suggestions, for roommates and things like that, because it's tough. If you have a roommate, you can't control what people do. If you're sharing a house with somebody, they're probably coming and going. The article also mentioned a roommate, and they said that the guy had went on a Tinder date. He literally went on a Tinder date, and the following day told his roommates that the person he went on a date with was now kind of showing symptoms. She was sneezing and coughing and stuff. Hold up. How dare you, sir? How dare you go on a date while I am sharing this house with you? We're in the middle of a lockdown and you could kill me potentially. Why do y'all do these things? I don't get it. Y'all don't want to wear masks. Y'all want to go on Tinder dates during a quarantine where people are dropping like flies. The only way I can really think is somebody's just saying, you know what? If I do get it, more than likely I'm not going to be in the group of people that are going to die. Okay, cool. What about one of your roommates? You don't know nothing about her history? And how are you going to feel if you know and it's proven that you give somebody the virus and they pass? How are you going to feel about that? How are other people going to let you feel about that irresponsibility? Lordy, Lord. I don't know with y'all. But one thing that we can do on the couple side, and I did do some research and I made a couple of calls, restaurants. Restaurants are actually doing some really cool things right now. They're trying to stay afloat. So they're creating these little meal kits and different boxes that you can buy. Some of them just have basics, but others have sirloin steak and this and that. I'm in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. So that's more so the area that I'm talking about. But I know if the shit's going on here, it's going on everywhere. So check out one of your favorite restaurants. Can we plan a date night in the house? Kids sleep, table set. Is this something that you can maybe plan for this weekend? Surprise somebody, do something nice, see if that kind of alleviates some of the stress, keeps it playful, brings back that spark. Just a thought. But I did actually mention that to someone, and they really, really thought it was a good idea. So let me know what you guys think about that. And tell me about these different deals that's going on. I've been trying not to do too much delivery. And it's just me, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I have seen some really cool things, cupcake kits and all kinds of fun stuff that you can do with the kids and all of that. So be on the lookout for that. And they're doing contactless delivery now. So see, lots of really cool things coming out of the quarantine. Now I ain't got to see your ass. You could just drop that off. I could be, walk out in my slippers and not feel bad that a boob is slipping out or something like that. Cool. I'm with it. Progress. What else is going on? Roommates. In the roommate scenario, there are actually a lot of resources right now. A lot of people are figuring out ways to do their business online, right? Therapists being one of the biggest. It is the easiest transition for them to get rid of that office, not have to pay rent, and do your session right online. So if if you are currently in therapy, more than likely they're going to gear you towards that. If you are looking to get into therapy, you do not have to go to an office. You and your spouse, you and your roommates can sit there in front of everything. You guys can split the costs, however you get it done. But that can be a way to to resolve some conflict if you were really, really having a heck of a time. I know for sure certain people are having very real situations with their roommates. You probably didn't like them in the first place. And now we have to work together. So don't be afraid to put a letter on everybody's, hey, listen, house meeting at 5:00. I'm going to pay for the session. We're going to have somebody do some conflict resolution because so-and-so got into a fight, or this dude still want to go on Tinder dates. We don't got time for it. So we need a neutral party to help us out. Same thing for the couples. Neutral party. Go in your room. Lock the door. Kids don't got to know what's going on. You could be on your laptop. He can be on his, she, however we doing it. And you could totally be doing all of this in private. And don't get tripped up about all the counseling and psychologists and, we don't do that. If you don't feel comfortable with that, call your pastor. Everybody is using Zoom and Skype. And if you want a free resource, call your pastor, call an elder in your church. Someone, if you're in the program, call your sponsor. They're really good at conflict resolution. Maybe you can, utilize that to help you. So these are just some ideas. Talkspace is an online counseling, e-counseling, betterhelp.com. Obviously, your insurance might have some options if you're still blessed to have insurance. And any religious figures that hit your pastor up, hit an elder up, call your parents, Skype your parents in with their parents if it's you and a college roommate. Do whatever you have to do because we need to work together. And the worst thing to do, it was always terrible to have to come home to some bull or a negative feeling or something like that. But now when you're stuck in the house all day, no, you have to resolve it. The only way through it is literally through it. You have to go towards the conflict to break it up and get on the other side of it. Don't think that avoiding it is going to make it get better because the situation can get worse. And being cooped up, certain sides of people start coming out, so God bless everybody. I'm hoping everybody continues to be safe. I hope we really like the show today. I hope that we are counting our blessings and looking at the things that we have going for us and the things that we can control and not the things that are totally out of our control. I will see you guys next week. Thank you for listening to Spicy Pecan Podcast. This is a Wonderful Me Media production.